I had tried other things. I've always been active, but those things weren't necessarily intertwined with diet, and they weren't necessarily sustainable. So this seemed to put it all together,
Yeah,
and the results speak for themselves.
definitely. Like, what was going on in life at that time? Like, what did your life look like at that point?
Yeah, I had just finished a doctoral program in social work. My mom had passed away a few months prior, and I
Oh,
was
wow.
working 2 jobs. So I was hustling to manage through. I was kind of on survival. And I looked at
Yeah,
a picture of myself on my boat with my daughter,
I remember
and
that. Yeah,
I didn't like how I I was trending in terms of how I looked in the summer form bathing suit thing, right?
yeah,
So that was a catalyst to try to do something new, try something new. And you just like met me where I was at, and it,
awesome.
it was very, and you were able to size up the situation very accurately, so that once we started working together, it was making me stretch, it was making me grow, it was pushing me. You also were helping me maximize the existing gym membership I had.
Right. Yeah.
Using what I already had, you were able to work with that instead of anything gimmicky or
Right.
you know
Like,
or
like any hacks,
yeah.
like any like special like tricks, because you were consistently working out and you've always been active, like playing volleyball and stuff. So like, what do you feel like was the biggest struggle for you before joining?
Yeah, I think I think I was just going through the motions, right? And so how do you break out of that? And where's the inspiration, motivation to do something different on a
Yeah.
consistent basis, right? And pull it all together. So our coaching sessions, it's very easy to talk with you, and you really like, I am so lucky that I chose to take a chance with you. And I have worked with personal trainers in person before, but just the flexibility of being online, and then you're texting in between sessions, like it's I can't find the words, but
Yeah.
it's needed.
Right. Because it is like, one of the funny things that clients don't always like to talk about and mention is like the skepticism, like being skeptical of like signing up in the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Because it is scary. You meet somebody in a different state and you have one
right.
call with them, and then all of a sudden you're paying X amount a month to do something, and you're like, holy crap, like that. This is
Yeah,
scary,
yeah,
right? Meeting the client exactly where they're at, and I feel like in both time periods, even though it was like a month break, it was still different situations. And like in the beginning, it was like just meal planning, and then when we met again, it was like, okay, it's time to really focus on the entire routine and
yeah,
like take
yeah,
things to the next level.
yeah,
And I think that's when we saw like the huge body composition change,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
because you've only lost like maybe 15 pounds throughout this process, but like the amount of muscle that you've been able to put on at, I don't mean to say your
No,
age, but 50, 52,
56. Yeah,
56,
56.
56 years old. Not
Yeah,
many people believe that though. Everybody else thinks you're younger.
yeah, they do, or they think I've done it using other methods.
Right. And then, yeah. And like we just said, it's just 15 pounds, but it looks like 30, right? Because of the body composition change. It's insane.
It totally did. I was telling a buddy the other day, I'm like, dude, I never wore, I always wanted my shorts to come down to my knee or below to hide my stick legs.
Right.
And it's amazing how clothing fits and is very flattering, including today's styles, because
Right.
nice looking quads.
Yeah, that was real.
And then you could even see it with this polo, right? If you don't look
Yeah.
polo, the chest, you can just see the definition.
Yeah, you can tell you work out just by the frame, your upper body, the
Yeah.
width, the thickness. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
right. And it's not that I looked bad before, but you never saw this definition before.
You are very social, so that helps, but you get so many compliments. The amount of compliments you get, not just from ladies, but from men, like from everybody, people in the gym, people at parties. Like
Yeah.
it's cool to see other people see the hard work, and it just goes to show you stayed pretty damn consistent throughout this process, and that's huge props to you, because I can do all the hard work when it comes to the programming and stuff, but you're still the person who has to put in the work. And you have
Yeah,
so
no, thank you. But you know exactly what to do. It never gets static, and you're always a presence in a variety of ways, and always positive, of course, and realistic too. Like you're not. What's the way of saying it? Like you're not. I mean, you're not over upselling. That's the word I'm looking for.
right.
Some people upsell,
Right.
Given the scenario, but
Right.
the work speaks for itself. The results.
It does. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times when I get on calls with people, I like when they're thinking about joining, I might scare them away, because I do tell them very point blank and straightforward, like, hey, like the results that you're looking to see is going to take longer than the program like this.
Yeah.
I'll set you up as much as I can over the next 6 months, but like in reality, you've spent the last 15 years with all these bad habits.
Right.
6 months is not going to undo 15 years.
No.
So like,
No.
but like that I've heard it from you and a couple other people where it's like just again meeting you where you're at and like telling you like, all right, here's the plan to get you results, but like no sugarcoating it. It's going to take hard work. It will.
Right. It's harsh about it. Like you don't have a tone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
which,
Did you when we first talked, did you have any hesitations, like fears? Like were you worried about anything that could happen in the program and like before joining?
I guess, am I going to throw my money away? Right? Is this going to
Right.
be a get rich quick kind of thing?
Okay.
That it's going to need, it's going to be something I'm doing, but does it really have value and is it sustainable?
Yeah.
Because I've never done anything virtually before. So, but all that ended up being all those fears, or it wasn't really fears, but all those questioning potentially were never issues. So,
Mhm. Yeah. And what support mattered most for you? Like when it comes to like the text, the calls, the clarity in the plan, the adjustments, like where do you feel like you got the most support where you needed it?
I mean, all of it goes together.
Yeah.
And I would say the texting, I don't know how you do it, but it usually comes at the right time.
I know.
And
I got eyes everywhere.
yeah, it seems like that. Like I'm walking around with a camera on my back, and it's just natural. It comes at the right time, and you say just the right amount of stuff, and you get it. So, when I'm by myself and I'm flooded with little time and multiple choices, you're influential in making sure that the workout is not sacrificed based on excuses and I'm too busy, right? And I do feel better too with the kinds of foods I'm eating on a regular basis.
You're extremely busy. Like you have a full-time job, you have a part-time job, you're a dad, and you are a huge community, person also. Like you are going to the community parties, the community events, and you're now working your way into politics. So like, how did you make it work with your schedule? Like, how did you actually fit all of this into your schedule?
I think I realized that it is all connected. I mean, I will have, and you have said this before, I may have a bad day, or I may have a day where I'm plateauing with the amount of weights I'm lifting, but that, you just have to work through that. And
Yeah,
you can't dwell on, oh, I had a bad day, and then let that become,
exactly. Yep.
let that snowball and just become an excuse of like
Right.
days, right? And I also think too that I realize if I sacrifice sleep and eating and exercise, I am going to make mistakes at work, and I'm not going to be the best in those situations. So that I know what that feels like and looks like, and I don't want that to happen. So,
100%.
It's not a trade-off. It's not a like, oh well, if I skip a day, then I'll make it up somewhere else. No, if I skip a day, I will get. It's almost like an orange flag, if you will.
What do you feel like stopped you from falling off this whole time, especially right now in the season of your life that you're in right now? This is where most people, I'm serious too, like most people would be like, hey, this isn't the time to do the program. I need to focus on my political position that I'm trying to uphold, and I have 4 hours of walking that I have to do door to door every day on top of my full-time job, on top of community, on top of being a dad, on top all these things that you have going on right now. Like for you, like what do you feel like is stopping you from falling off right now?
Great question. Like this grounds me, right? This focuses me, this centers me. So I can't be focused and feel good and feel accomplished if I skip this, if I minimize this. And sometimes that means making hard choices of not hanging out or with certain people or avoiding some people, places, and things. And so, all right, I stayed in one night instead of going out drinking. There's nothing wrong with that. And I just know, I'm going to tell you one more thing too. This is a little dramatic. There's some other reunion coming up. Listen, being in your mid 50s, I guess it's true what I heard. You start to see the different ways people have aged more dramatically in this decade, right? And I know something's coming up that I may or may not attend later this summer. And I don't want to be mean, but I looked at those pictures of last year's group and I'm like, is that what we all look like? I don't listen. Obviously, I'm aging. I now have gray hair on my eyebrows too. I never had that before. So there's some things you can't stop. And at the same time, everything we're doing in the last 2 years is going to make me age much differently than the average person my age. And I know that gap is just going to grow bigger into our late 50s and early 60s, etc.
Yeah. You're gonna be the dad who can still hang with the kids in your 70s, dude. I'm telling you right now, you are, God willing. Yeah. You are going to be that guy who, and this is why we do this, because we want to be there for our kids and yourself long term. But like, you're going to be, going to games and going to concerts and doing the things like that. Your kid going boating, like that's the work that you're putting in right now is to set you up for success. That we have our short term goals. We want to get to 200. We want to see the abs pop. Or we want to do these things to motivate us, to push us. But at the end of the day, dude, like you really are setting yourself up for success long term, and that's all that matters. And I appreciate you doing this too, because like this is, there's a couple things that you've said in here that I feel like a lot of people will resonate with, and it's good to hear it from somebody who's just going through it. Like you are in the busiest season of your life. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like
it's crazy.